I'm just going to play this guitar and see what you think. Now, as you probably realise after hearing that, it's not in standard tuning. Okay, this song necessitates even you to change your standard tuning to what's called open C tuning in order to play it as per the Moody Blues, the way they play it. Okay, to get the right sound and everything else. So, open C tuning, what is it? Right, I shall run through each string and tell you what you need to do. Okay, so good news, we'll start with the top E string, first string. You can leave that as it is, tuned to standard E. Okay, the second string, the B string, that needs to be tuned up one note from B to C. Okay, so that has to be tuned up to one note to a C. Third string, G, you can leave alone, as it normally is standard tuning. Okay, so no change on the third string. Fourth string, D string, that needs to be detuned, that means loosened, down to C. Okay, fifth string, which is normally A, is detuned to G. Okay, and lastly the sixth E string is detuned all the way down to C. Okay, now you can do it with the electronic tuner, or you can just take a reference from me and then fine tune it yourself. Okay, so we'll start with the top E string, which should be standard E tuning anyway. Okay, now the second string, the B string, is going up to C, so you need to tighten it until you get to the next note, which is C, which sounds like this. Okay, third string, G string, is exactly as it is normally in standard tuning, so it's just a G as normal, so don't need to do anything to that, although you probably will have to fine tune it after you've tuned all the other strings, because the neck tension is going to change, so you may have to fine tune it slightly. Right, fourth string, normally a D, standard tuning, that's going to be detuned, i.e. loosened, down to drop it down to C. Okay, so it should sound like this. Okay, fifth string, normally an A in standard tuning, also has to be detuned, loosened, till it drops down to G. Okay, it should sound like this when you've done it. Okay, and finally the bottom E note, that drops down to C. That drops quite a long way. Okay, so you have to loosen this quite a bit. Okay, and when you've tuned it to C, it should sound like this. Right, and as I said, because you're loosening the neck quite a bit, or the tension on the neck, you may have to do a lot of fine twiddling as you're going, as you're loosening each strings. You'll probably find that the other strings change slightly as well, so you have to keep fine tuning everything. Okay, so when you've done with this open C tuning, your strings should sound like this. And that is the C chord. Okay. So if you just want to play with one finger, it's quite ideal, because whichever fret you put on across as a bar plays a whole chord. So like if you just wanted to play C, F and G chords, you could just play open, bar on the 5th for the F and a bar on the 7th for a G. Okay, so you get something like this. Lazy man's playing. Anyway, I'll digress. Right, so that's the tuning. Okay, so I'm now going to stop and let you play with the tuning and get it right, and come back for video 2 when we'll actually start trying to learn the introduction.